What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the MG Cup Series here on NBCSN. We're at Darlington for the Southern 500, and it's actually really late at night right now, so I'm gonna have to try to make this as quick as I possibly can and be pretty quiet as well here. But yeah, look who's on the pole here today. Chris Mack with a great qualifying run. Really likes this track, and he put it on pole. So a great run for him and Pirates Racing. Hopefully they can keep that car out in front here today. But the rest of the field just as hungry for a win as he is. He already has a win this season that came at Riverside, but looking for another one to hopefully turn that luck around. They've had horrible luck this season. Just looking to turn it around here today. Let's come off of turn 4, head down to the start-finish line, and wait for it. The green flag is out. Chris Mack didn't get the best start. Mark Martin jumps out ahead to the lead on the initial start here, but Chris Mack is going to get a good run through 1 and 2. Off of turn 2, look at him. He's right on that bumper. Dives down to the inside. Going to try to get it to stick here, side by side with Mark Martin. And he clears him. He's going to lead the first lap here today from Darlington. Here's Southern 500 off to a great start, but here comes Mark Martin back to the inside of Chris Mack. Contact. The 86 trying to keep it off the wall, almost came down into the 6 car. Now here comes Jimmy Johnson up into the picture. He's won plenty of times this season. Low, look at the 86 up into the outside wall. Gets it down off the wall. He's going to lose tons of spots here. Trying to get the car back up to speed now. Oh, on the Nemechek looking to his inside. He gets a great run through 1 and 2. Now he tries to gain some spots. The caution has come out. That's the 98 of Todd Bodine has stopped on track. He's now back on pit road after getting a tow. Didn't take long for us to get our first yellow here today, but an issue with the 98 brings out the caution. And we're back here on NBCSN, getting things going once again. Look at Ryan Newman in the 12, the all-tail car, trying to hold off the 88 of Dale Jarrett. Look at Dale Jr. Oh, contact sideways. It's the 86. He saves it. Great save, but he's all up against the outside wall, trying to keep the car straight now. And it'll be interesting to see if that contact may have possibly caused a tire rub on that 86 car, as he got very sideways there, and that contact was right at the back end of the car, near the wheel well, so that possibly could have damaged the car and caused a tire rub. We'll see. We'll have to listen in on the radio. I'm not hearing anything about it now. Matt Kenseth gets into him, and around goes the 86 up into the outside wall once again. He's trying to save it, trying to keep it straight. Clips Tony Stewart as he bounced off the wall there. And now he's definitely got a tire rub. The tire going down, and around he goes. Yeah, you can see it right there. Oh, and a big crash going to happen here. Kyle Petty into the wall. The 86 gets hit again. Sends him in the wall. A big pile up off of turn 4. Hermie Statler with a big hit there late, taking him out of the race. Nowhere for these guys to go. And the caution comes out for a big crash off of turn 4. Race it back to the line. They're going to go by the danger zone here. This guy's got to be careful. Jimmy Johnson has the lead of this race and will lead back to the stripe. And a violent accident brings out the caution. Bill Elliott with damage. Let's take a look at what just happened here. After that contact with Kenseth and Dale Jr., the car just snapped. You can tell right here as we bring it back just a little bit. Watch this. Look at the right side of his car as he heads through 3 and 4. It starts to break, and you can see the tire rubbing against the fender, and that cut it down. And he just lost it heading into turn 3. Gets up into the outside wall, and he's in front of multiple cars as this happens. Bounces off the wall, trying to keep it straight, and then Ricky Rudd, nowhere to go, clips him down the racetrack, sending him into Kyle Petty, and then getting hit again, sent back up into the wall. And then these guys coming in, they're flying through the corner. They see this, they're trying to get on the brakes, but it's just way too late. There's nothing they can do really, especially in the middle of a corner. And they all just had nowhere to go. And I mean, oh, that's a big hit late from Boris Said. Sattler gets into it, and then Said with nowhere to go right behind Sattler. Punted the 0-2 up into the air. Violent hits there at the end. Gonna get back going here. Green flag is back out. We're racing once again. Tony Stewart restarts on the inside. He is a lap down, and they're gonna have to work their way past him through 1 and 2 on this restart. And they get by him successfully. Through 3 and 4 once again. These guys side by side all the way off the turn 4. Casey Kane with a big run down the front stretch, and now gonna look to the inside of that 20. Can't quite get there, but trying. He does now. Stewart a lot slower. Couldn't get there on the straightaway, but dove down underneath him in the corner, and Tony Stewart gonna just stay high and let these guys by. Meanwhile, out in front, Dale Jarrett challenging Mark Martin for second place here. Jarrett's picked it up lately here. He won the $1 million showdown, or shootout, whatever we call it, and now he's challenging for second here. Had a couple wins last season, but was unable to get any points paying wins this season. Looking to change that here today. As further back, look at Johnny Sauter looking underneath the 40 of Sterling Marlin. He gets by successfully. Here's your Michigan winner, Jamie McMurray. Anyways, there's Elliott Sadler in the 38 being held up by Tony Stewart on the high side. He's gonna have to figure out how to get out of this. There's a couple of slow cars down on the bottom. Craven, not really a slow car, just didn't get a good exit. He was almost able to clear him, but he had to just eventually fall back and let these guys by. He's gonna slide in line in front of the 43 of Jeff Green. Look at this, a destroyed number 21. That's Ricky Rudd. Greg Sachs with damage as well in the 13, and Chris Mack just kind of cruising around out here, kind of shaking the car a bit. Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin leading. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back 2 coverage of the MG Cup Series here on NBCSN. Mark Martin. I think I said he was their leader before we went to break. Jimmie Johnson's the leader. Mark Martin's in second. So, my mistake there. But look who's in third. That's the 97 of Kurt Busch. And the car in the wall, Chris Mack. So sort of an issue with that car once again. He's found himself back in the wall. And trying to keep it high and stay out of the way. Cars are flying by him here as they come through 3 and 4. And now immediately gets down the racetrack and out of the way. Caution is out. Jimmie Johnson, your race leader. As he won the race back here, and it looks like pit stops are going to take place here shortly, so we're going to take another break. We'll be right back after this. And we're back. Jimmie Johnson, your leader, is boxed in behind a bunch of lap cars there. This is going to be pretty interesting to see how this plays out, because Ricky Rudd isn't a lap down. It's on the tail end of the lead lap, but has heavy damage, so he's going to hold a lot of people up here. This isn't really a wide track. This is actually very narrow, and it's really nowhere for you to pass here. You can't go side by side through 1 and 2. I mean, you can, but not on the exit. Caution is out once again. AJ Henriksen has destroyed that car. Let's see what happened to him. Heading through 1 and 2. Mike Skinner trying to get underneath Matt Kenseth and just flat out dumps Kenseth off turn 2. I guess karma. And then sliding sideways down the backstretch, and then a big crash. Oh my goodness, look at Henriksen on this roof. AJ Henriksen upside down. Wow, that was a wild wreck. JJ Yaley's destroyed. I mean, most of the back half of the field. Casey Mears does a great job to avoid it, or at least avoid getting serious damage. Oh, never mind. These guys just came barreling in at almost full speed. So we look at it once again. These guys sideways down the backstretch. Couple cars going low to try and avoid it, and they get collected. And then, man, still on board with Jeff Burton. See smoke. Start checking up. Runs over to 22. Scott Wimmer gets sent down the racetrack right into the 11. Let's watch it from the view of Casey Mears. Did a great job to slow down, but then gets collected from behind. Has a little bit of left side damage, but minimal damage compared to these guys. So now we go on board with the rookie JJ Yaley. Gets on the brakes, trying to go low, and then Kenseth nowhere to go. 11 almost turned. 22 almost turned over as well. Let's go on board with Mike Skinner. Wow, that was wild. Anyways, get things rolling again. Jimmy Johnson, your leader, of course. But here comes Kurt Busch with the run off turn 2. Looking to the inside of that 48. And he's going to get there. So we head into 3 and 4. He does. Jimmy falls back. Trying to hold off the 88 of Dale Jarrett. But Jarrett has the preferred line heading into 1 and 2. I mean, you can make the outside work in the middle of the turn. But you run out of room pretty quickly. So it's not really wise to try that, especially knowing 2 cars can't fit off of turn 2. As we head through 3 and 4 once again here. On the restart, cars starting to space out a little bit. Got a battle for the lead cooking up between Kurt Busch and Dale Jarrett. Jarrett looking to get his first points paying win of the season. Kurt Busch looking to get his second win of the season after winning Talladega. So we get a good flyby through 1 and 2 there. A little bit of side by side. This is for P2. As Busch lost the lead and is now getting freight trained here. Here's Joe Nemechek up in the second. We haven't seen much of him so far this season, but he's been slowly starting to turn it around here. Starting to see a bit of a transformation in the front row, Joe. But at the moment, your race leader is Dale Jarrett. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're back and we're under caution. Let's take a look at what happened. Another crash in the back. Oh, another big crash. Was that Mark Martin? Oh no, it was Mark Martin. He'd been running in the 4th position. They got checked up by Greg Sachs. That's a lap car, and Kevin Harvick with nowhere to go. Sent him into the wall. He slides back down the racetrack. Oh, and nowhere for Johnny Sauter to go. These guys coming in with so much speed, trying to get low, trying to get down on the apron to avoid it. Really just couldn't keep it down there. They were trying to slow down, but carrying that much speed into a corner onto the flat surface, that wasn't going to end too well. That's a day ender for Mark Martin. Watch this. Oh, man. Wow. That was a hard hit. Luckily he's alright. Anyways, back to the green flag action. Dale Jarrett is still your leader, but now he's getting pressure from Joe Nemechek, and there's the 18 of Bobby Labonte up in the picture. Jamie McMurray, who's gotten 3 wins just randomly this season. Lots of drivers that are starting to turn their seasons around. Didn't start off too hot, but now Jimmy Johnson has some big time competition. Luckily, he's got a huge gap in points compared to, or over most of these guys. But Jeff Gordon is his real championship rival. He's out, but still getting points for this race as he's being replaced by that's Jerry Nadeau in the 24 this week. And yeah, so Nadu in that 24 here today. Jeff Gordon will be out for a couple of races after that terrible crash at Michigan, but he will be back by the end of before the end of the season. I think it's just going to be 2 or 3 more races that he'll be out of that car, but he should be back pretty soon. Look at the 42 of Jamie McMurray all over the 24's back bumper. Where's he gonna go? Off of turn 2? Couldn't quite get a run. Bobby Labonte hasn't been too strong, period, here in the MG Cup Series, but now looking to turn things around and possibly find himself in victory lane. Unfortunately, so once again that time we're gonna have to take another quick break. We'll be right back after this. Oh, and we are back, and race leader finds himself destroyed. What happened to Dale Jarrett? He was in the lead. Got held up by Greg Sachs. Contact there sends your race leader into the wall. In another case like what happened with Mark Martin, nowhere to go. Another big hit, 2 big hits, 3 big hits, up and over. Went Dale Jarrett. A wild wreck. Violent accident, but luckily Ricky Rudd was only going about 20, or it's not 20, looking at the car now. He was going about 80 miles an hour, not 180 when he hit him. And that thankfully allowed Dale Jarrett to come out of that okay. Watch this, Ryan Vickers on board. Oh, man. Wow. Where's Ricky Rudd? Here he is. Okay, he was going about 150, but still not as bad as it could have been. But multiple big hits, and the last one a direct shot to the right side of that car. It's actually a miracle that he was okay. Oh, whoops. Accidentally closed out the replay. Let's go ahead and get back in here and finish this race. Alright, let's find Dale Jarrett. There we go. Yeah. Now. Let's go ahead, click off these laps and get back to green. There you see the green flag is out. Bobby Labonte taking the lead from Jimmy Johnson there. And behind them, Joe Nemechek with a run underneath the lap car of Tony Stewart, trying to run these two down. There's a lot of damage to race cars everywhere here. I mean, there literally are cars everywhere. The The last car on track right now is, I believe, the 13 of Greg Sachs. He is 3 laps down. Yeah. And Sachs is in 24th place, so there's only 24 cars left on the track. $19 of them on the lead lap, and we might have a bit of a problem if it comes to slower cars getting in the way of the leaders, because we've seen a lot of wrecks happen as a result of that so far here today, and we might see more. That could have been one right there. Whoa, contact between the race leaders, or it's the race for second. But we got a bit of a train going here. Jimmy Johnson almost got turned off of turn 2. And Bobby Labonte is just gone. He is out of here. Looking at that battle, nothing happening yet. A lot of patience being shown here, even though they're all over each other's bumpers. Bobby Labonte, meanwhile, heading into turn 3, is going to lead the funny lap here from Darlington. Y'all thought I forgot about lap 69? Nope, I didn't. Whoa, but getting checked up big time by that lap part, Greg Sachs in the 13. Caused a lot of problems so far here today, and causing more right now as the leaders are side by side behind them. And they've got nowhere to go. This is allowing everybody to catch back up. Oh, and there it is. Knew it was going to happen. And he takes out both the Ray Evernham cars, Kevin Harvick, and now the 40 plowing into it late. And that's another Ganassi car. That's the 41 of Casey Mears. There's Ricky Craven getting some damage in that late. Steve Park. You could see it coming. By the way they were stacking up there, you could tell that it was not going to end well. And look at Ricky Craven. Smoke pouring out of that 32 machine. That really ain't even worth looking at a replay, so we're going to go ahead and jump back to the action here. Battle for the lead, side by side. There goes Joe Nemechek to the lead. Nemechek, who raced for Hendrick Motorsports last season, was unable to get the win, or get a win, but had some good performances here and there. Now looking to try to get a victory here this season in that, driving for a different team in that 01 U.S. Army car. He is fast here today. I mean, he just took that lead away from Bobby Labonte. But due to this package, the draft goes such a long way, Labonte could possibly reel him back in. And here comes Jamie McMurray as well. McMurray in 3rd place. He's been... Wait, no, McMurray's lap. My apologies there. Didn't realize McMurray was a lap down. That's Ryan Newman, the Rocket Man, in 3rd place. Now, he got a couple of wins last season as well. Looking to get one here this season. He's pretty fast, but he's stuck behind the 42, it seems. '97 to Kurt Busch. Look to his inside. Rocket Man gets to run off the high side. Can Newman get by this 42 without issues here? Seems like he's struggling to at the moment. Meanwhile, out in front, you can see Bobby Labonte reeling in that 01. for the lead. Got a battle for the lead brewing here. Labonte off of turn 4. He's got to run. Where's he going to go with it? He goes to the inside. Side by side for the lead. Heading down into 1 and 2. Ryan Newman gets by the 42 as well. And now here he comes underneath the 01. Oh, and Kurt Busch is there as well. They might go 4 wide. Or 3 wide, excuse me. And that wouldn't have ended well if they did try 3 wide there. Now Newman with a huge run through 3 and 4. Just absolutely ran down Bobby Labonte. He might have the fastest car on the track here today. I mean, he ran him down like it was nothing. But look at Kurt Busch. He gets by him as well. Busch with the run. Looking to the inside. Going to try to take the lead from the 12. Heading into 1 and 2. Or, oh my god, 3 and 4. I just cannot learn, can I? And Kurt Busch is your new leader. So this is that time. We have to take another break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Darlington. Closing in on the finish of the Southern 500. And that was our last scheduled break for today. So these last 20 laps will be shown to you. With no interruptions unless we get a wreck. Kurt Busch is your leader. And he's going to have to deal with the lap car. That's Brendan Gaughan in the 77. Where's Brendan going to go? Where's Kurt going to go? Brendan with a run on the 7, and he's passing Steve Park. So, lap cars passing each other in front of the leaders. And that's going to allow the 01 of Nemechek to reel in that 97. Kurt Busch still stuck behind the 77 here. Where's he going to go? The 01 caught him, and he's looking to the inside. Not sure why he never pulled out and just went by him on the straightaway. But Kurt Busch loses the lead. He's going to get a massive run off of turn 2, though. As he crosses him over. Joe Nemechek being held up. It's a freight train of cars here. 5, 6, 7, maybe, cars behind the 77 of Brendan Gaughan. I mean, that's your entire top 5 here. Jamie McMurray as well. Possibly going to gain a spot from this, from passing the 77. And now Ryan Newman's up in the second place. And here comes Dale Jr. up in the third. We haven't talked much about him today, but he's been strong all season. He's been kind of quiet here today, or quiet here recently, but still having very strong runs. Joe Nemechek still being held up by that 77 of Brendan Gaughan. Finally gets to his inside, but that may be all she wrote for the 01 car here today. Tough break for Nemechek. Looked like he was preparing to possibly get a win, but not now. Lap cars have obviously changed those plans. He's fallen all the way back to 5th, so at least he still gets to the top 5 out of this, but definitely not what he was hoping for. He had a chance to win, and he gets taken away by cars that don't have a chance to win. But Bobby Labonte in the 18, Dale Jr. in the 8, both trying to reel in the top 2 here. It's Ryan Newman is closing in on the 97 of Kurt Busch. Roush Racing against Team Penske. So we head through 3 and 4 once again. Off of turn 2, Newman getting closer and closer with each lap. the draft definitely coming in handy. As we get down to the end, lap 100. And Dale Jr. reeling these guys in as well as we go on board with that 8 machine. And we know tire wear has to be an issue as well. These guys much slower through the turns as they would normally be. Actually, they're going about the same speed. Lifting a lot more in 1 and 2 than they originally were, though. Could almost take it flat out with this gripped up version of the track. Newman lost a little bit of ground on Kurt Busch there, trying to close in on him once again. 10 laps to go at the line. We're gonna get a quick flyby here as they come off of turn 2. Kurt Busch out in front. Dale Jr. and Ryan Newman trying to take the lead and take the win from him. Kurt Busch just trying to hang on. We got more lap traffic on the front stretch. That's Steve Park, who's barely even making minimum speed. Not even sure how he's still out on the racetrack right now, going that slow. But I guess he's making minimum speed, so I guess it's legal. But he might LePage the field. Where are they gonna go? Kurt Busch goes low. Ryan Newman tried to dive to the inside. Gets held up. Whoa, Park, contact! And almost turned the 7 there. That may be it for these guys back here. Steve Park, a lap car holding everybody up, and Kurt Busch just scooting away. He sees this in his mirror. He's like, "Thank you, Steve Park." As he pretty much just got handed this race here today. Got handed a win. And now this even allows Joe Nemechek back up into the mix. He might try to go for a 3rd place finish. He might be able to gain some spots off of this. But Kurt Busch up to a 2-second lead now. And Dale Jr. slips through to get to P2. Ryan Newman back in 3rd, getting pressure from behind. That's Bobby Labonte in the 18, looking for 3rd place. Lots of drivers looking for their best finishes of the season. Bobby Labonte, Ryan Newman, Joe Nemechek. Kurt Busch looking for his 2nd win of the season. And Dale Jr. looking for, I believe, his 3rd win of the season, maybe 4th win of the season. These guys have had their success this season, but obviously haven't been as successful as Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon. They dominated the opening races of the season, and the rest of the drivers kind of came in a little later. Look at Jamie McMurray, Jamie Mack. He's a lap car, but still up to speed. He's won 3 races this season, 3 races recently. Won his first career win at Infineon. Backed it up with another win the next week at Daytona. And came back and won again at Michigan. So he knows his way into victory lane. Kurt Busch has to deal with a few more lap cars before this thing is done, so he might not be celebrating just yet, but at the moment it looks as if it's his race to lose. Heading through 3 and 4. Coming off of turn 4. It's going to be 2 laps to go for Kurt Busch. Can anybody catch him? Or is it too late? The gap is opening up once again. His lead is getting bigger and bigger. Doesn't have to push, doesn't have to worry, just needs to make it back around. 2 more sets of corners here. As he comes to the white flag, one more time around, he's got to negotiate 4 turns. One last time through 1 and 2. Just as smooth as before. And he's probably not even pushing right now. He's just trying to make it to the end with no problems. Down the backstretch for the final time into turn 3. Cruising through 3 and 4. And off of turn 4 for the final time. Kurt Busch will see the checkered flag and win the Southern 500 at Darlington. And off of turn 4, a shootout between Ryan Newman and Dale Jr. for the 2nd place spot. Newman just edges him out at the line. And then Bobby Labonte, P4. Joe Nemechek, P5. Best finishes so far this season, maybe even best career finishes so far here in the MG Cup Series. Both these drivers have won in NASCAR, looking to bring some of that success over here to the MG Cup Series, and came pretty close here today, but lap cars had other plans. But Kurt Busch is the one to talk about, as he gets the win and wins the Southern 500, and that is a pretty big race to win. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. Hope to see you guys next time, and until then, peace.